My name is Kelly and I'll be doing a Fountas and Pinnell benchmark assessment. Okay, this is a book called A Call for Change, and in this book it's an essay written by a girl named Rachel, and Rachel writes to the editor of the newspaper to make a proposal. You're going to read to find out the problem she wants to solve, and you can begin whenever you're ready.
Rachel Wood was a winner of Mr. Winston's 8th grade essay contest this year. Rachel's forced personality comes through in everything she writes. Here's the prize-winning essay, which was reprinted in the local newspaper. A Call for Change by Rachel Wood. It is apparent everywhere I go these days, people are grumbling about something. The economy, the weather, world poverty, nuclear weapons, you name it. The dilemma is that no one proposes any solutions to the problems. That would take serious thought, and serious thought is not what the grumblers signed up for. Today I will join the disgruntled masses and complain about a problem I see in our own community. I've been thinking about this problem for a long time. And unlike the grumblers, I'd like to recommend some ways to solve it. Obviously, I hope that our mayor and city council members will see merit in my ideas and take action and implement them.
Good.
My concern is the lack of faculties available for young people like me to stay safely occupied and productive during the hours we are not in school. It is a fact that young people in Charlottesville spend only 20% of their time in school, 6 hours a day, 180 per year. What they do with the other 80% is one of the most significant questions facing our community. Kids are hanging out downtown with nothing to do and nowhere to go. Business owners don't want kids like me in their shops. They say that shoplifting is a problem and that groups of unruly kids scare off their other customers. Police officers don't want kids loitering idly on the street or in the city square. Consider this. Would we be hanging around bothering people if we had something better to do? It's not likely. My suggestion is to rehabilitate the old Plainview Middle School, which has gone closed for years, and open a community center to offer social, recreationally, and educational activities for kids. If adults want kids to spend their time productively, they should be willing to offer rich and challenging activities to help us learn, explore our talents, and develop positive relationships with peers and adults. And the center can offer opportunities for adults too. That way everybody wins. And while we're on the subject, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of those unruly kids wanted to serve the community right now. I would like to see the mayor set up a youth board. This group of committed teens could identify youth issues within the city. The board would then work together with the mayor and city and state officials to identify resources, develop solutions, and improvements. I know some people will say that this city has budged enough problems and that there's not even enough money to repair the potholes in the streets. But here is my question. Can the city afford not to do this? It's true it will cost money to pay for the services I propose, Many adults are just flat against raising taxes. To them I say this: we are your neighbors. We are a part of this community that we all share. The problem I describe belongs to all of us because all of us care about the kind of city we live in. The future of your youth is in your hands. Do the right thing. Give me and other kids the programs we need to stay safe, learn, and grow into successful adults that everyone can be proud of.
Nice job. So tell me, what are the important points that Rachel made in her letter?
Well, she kind of wanted for kids more to go to school instead of like roam around streets or like stay home, because she wants them to be smarter and better adults instead of people who don't know stuff for their kids.
Okay, and what's the problem that she sees?
Kids aren't going to school much in that city, and people aren't having a lot of money to pay like potholes and taxes and stuff.
Okay, so what does she tell them that they should do? What was her suggestion? Do you remember?
Like, be kind of like tell them that they're neighbors, be like nice to them. Don't like make them like scared.
Okay. From reading this letter, what kind of person do you think Rachel is?
A nice person who wants to help citizens.
And what do you think about the community she lives in?
Not super rich, or not super educative. They don't really go to school, it says.
Do you think Rachel's ideas are good?
Yes,
Why?
because people will have more money because she'll help kids get in schools. They can get jobs somewhere.
How did the author of this book make Rachel sound like a strong person?
He put in some words that made her like really smart.
Do you remember any of the words that made you think that she sounded smart?
Improvements.
Rehabilitate?
Yeah.
Any other words that she used that made her sound like a strong person?
Grumbling.
Okay, and why was Rachel's essay effective?
It tells you some important things about her community.
Okay, you did a great job and you're all set. You can go back to your class.
Thank you.